or B7, as the fans call this next album. But I try to stay open and open my palette and discover aspects of myself or create something new. Whenever I start recording music, I give myself quite some time to play. I never want to do the same thing twice. It bores me. I'm always up for a challenge, and eventually the album reveals itself. I always wanted to make a record that I could work out to, you know, like that I could start and just play the whole thing and it would just pump me up. It's a little bit over an hour and it's exactly that. It just makes you want to move, it makes you want to dance, and it makes you laugh, it makes you want to fall in love, it makes you want to be with your man or your woman, and it makes you want to just have some joy and have some fun. And that's really all I wanted to do. I felt like that was my mission and that was my assignment. I was inspired by so many incredible artists. I knew if I was going to do an album that had dance music elements, I would have to make it my own and mix a few things together. So I think it has elements of disco and techno and electronic and soul and still some elements of hip hop. I wanted to give myself permission to just have fun. That's the goal. Because I definitely had fun recording it. I love just being able to be free and be, you know, a vocal acrobat and go back to my Destiny's Child days, and it made me feel like a kid and it made me happy. I am really passionate about all of the steps, you know, all of the aspects of the production. The arrangements, the vocal arrangements are my favorite. I love to stack vocals and I love to create my own little aria with arrangements. Sometimes it can be thousands of vocals and you have to look at my sessions. It's unbelievable the amount of tracks and the amount of versions. Because after we finish all of that, I go back and then kind of piece things together because usually the songs are way too long. It's like 7-8 minutes and then I have to cut them down, which is never fun because all of it is a part of the expression, but you can't have a bunch of 8-minute songs. So go back and try to edit the structure of the song. And sometimes, you know, you mean for the intro to be an intro and you realize that's actually the hook, and after living with it, go back and make sure that all of every second flows into the next section and every section has an intention. So that takes months. Then I usually live with the record for a while. I hear certain elements of things that go with things that are opposites. I am rarely happy with one track. It's usually 4 or 5 things put together that, again, don't really go together. I am so excited when I'm able to adjust the tempo and the key and mute certain elements that don't complement and put opposites together. Sometimes it's just like the EQ of a synth or the warmth of a bass or the distortion of a bass that's on a different song, and I can hear like, oh, that's exactly what is missing to make the track full and complete. So I take elements of different things and put them all together. And you know, sometimes that can take a long time, sometimes it just works like instantly. A lot of songs right now are 2 minutes long. They're super short because of people's attention spans. And I'm not gonna just accept that people don't have an attention span. It's not true. You just have to challenge people. I think people wanna hear good music and bridges, and they wanna hear vamps, and they wanna hear arrangements, and they wanna hear melody, especially when it's not a lot of it. I usually have people that suggest, oh, cut the song down. You know, that part is really slow. That's not predictable. It messes up the flow when you're dancing. I'm aware of things being challenging. That is not a coincidence. I don't go out of my way to try to make things challenging, but when I have an idea, I'm gonna do it, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but I don't like to put those handcuffs on myself. I don't know if people know that the amount of time and work that is put into creating an album, or at least creating my album. It's my passion. When you walk down to the studio and you work for however many hours, 16 hours, 8 hours, whatever, you leave there, you create a piece of music that is there, like forever. Like you actually created something. You created something that now exists, that the day before that did not exist. And that is so cool. These are things that exist beyond me. And what a cool ass job. Sorry if I'm rambling.
Drop the motherfucking beat, right? Okay?
Welcome to the Renaissance.